Simple past tense. What is past tense? Past tense is a way to use verbs to show what already happened. What is simple past tense? Simple past is when we show tense using just one verb, lived, showed. Other forms of past tense include past continuous, was running, and past perfect, had run. We'll cover those forms in a later course. Pronouns and verbs. Just like the simple present tense, you need to know your pronouns and verbs to correctly conjugate in the past tense. You'll learn more verbs as you build your vocabulary. If you don't remember your pronouns, go back to the previous lesson to review them before moving on. Singular simple past tense, regular verbs. You'll need to change or conjugate a verb to make it fit the tense. Regular verbs just change the ending of the verb, add ed, to make it past tense. Here are some examples in the singular. First person singular. I shopped. I worked. I lived. Second person singular. You shopped. You worked. You lived. Third person singular. He shopped. She worked. It lived. Singular simple past tense, irregular verbs. For some verbs, there may be more than just an ending change to remember. Some verbs, like to eat, require a change to the whole word. These are called irregular verbs. Here are some common irregular verbs. First person singular. I ate. I saw. I began. Second person singular. You ate. You saw. You began. Third person singular. He ate. She saw. It began. Plural past tense. Regular verbs. Regular verbs in plural past tense conjugate by changing or leaving the ending of the verb. Here are some examples. First person plural. We shopped. We worked. We lived. Second person plural. You shopped. You worked. You lived. Third person plural. They shopped. They worked. They lived. Plural simple past tense, irregular verbs. Here are some common irregular verbs in plural past tense. First person plural. We ate. We saw. We began. Second person plural. You ate. You saw. You began. Third person plural. They ate. They saw. They began.
Hi, and welcome back for another exercise session. Simple past regular verbs exercise. In this exercise, we will complete the sentences with the simple past forms of the given regular verbs. You can find this exercise and many others on our website, grammarbank.com. Let's begin. I brushed my teeth. In regular verbs, we usually add ed to the base form of the verb. So, brushed is the correct past tense form of the verb brush. Larry played baseball with his friends. Similarly to the first question, we add ed to play, so the correct answer is played. They studied for their exam. When a regular verb ends in a y, preceded by a consonant, we change the y to I and add ed. So, the verb study becomes studied. Susan talked to me quietly. Thomas helped me with my homework. Benny washed his car. The baby cried a lot. The man walked so fast. The mechanic fixed the car. My mother watered the flowers. The cop stopped the bus. Amanda carried her bag. She opened the door. Sonia missed the train. I liked my teacher. That's all for this exercise. Let us know how you did in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to support our channel. Goodbye, and see you next time.
Hello everyone, this is Mr. P. On today's lesson, we're going to take a look at regular past tense verbs. Yes, and their pronunciation. D-T, id. Oh, stop sweating, please, Mr. P. So let's review a little bit of regular past tense. So most English verbs are regular, meaning we add ed when we need to make them into past tense. So we basically have the base of the verb plus ed or id or d, depending on how they end. So, for example, work, we have a K right there, and so worked. Ed, it ends with ed, simply. Cry instead, we have an R, and then we have a Y. So then that Y, because there is a consonant, we need to change it into a vowel. So Y turns into I, cried. Then we have the side, for example. And in this case, we have an E, ending an E, right? So we have the E right there, and we just add the D. Decided, right? Great. So let's take a look at how we need to pronounce them. So pronunciation, T sound. Final ED is pronounced T after all voiceless sounds. Voiceless sounds are made by pushing air through your mouth. No sound comes from your throat. Voiceless consonant sounds are P, F, K, X, S, Sh, Ch, and finally F, theta sound. So how about some examples? Yes, we have finished. We have watched, danced, looked, hoped, laughed, and fixed. How about the next sound, the D sound? Final ED is pronounced D after voiced sounds. The D is blended with the previous consonant and not pronounced as an extra syllable. Voiced sounds come from your throat. Touch your throat when you make a voiced sound, and you can feel your voice box vibrate. Voiced consonant sounds are B, V, G, Z, J, R, L, and finally delta, the. All vowel sounds are voiced. So let's take a look at some examples. We have lived, climbed, phoned, studied, mailed, borrowed, wondered, begged, harmed, and closed. Not closet or closed. Closed. What about the id sound? Final ed is pronounced id after T and D sounds. The sound id adds a whole syllable to a word. So let's take a look at some examples, please. Suggested, adopted, hunted, decided, attended, and minded. Obviously, there are so many. So let's practice. Yeah, keep it 100, says Mr. P. Pronounce the following past verbs. You may pause the video if you need more time. So now that you have completed the pronunciation, let's just look at the key. Walked, missed, buzzed, demanded, apprehended, escaped, dreamed, sounded, practiced, obtained, kissed, coughed, minded, snatched. Great. Good job. There is one note though. Participle adjectives. There is a list of participle adjectives that are pronounced id. These are aged, crooked, learned, wicked, blessed, ragged, wretched, dogged, naked, etc. Examples: the aged man, a dogged persistence, a wretched beggar, a blessed nuisance, a learned professor, a wicked witch. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you have any questions, please post your questions under this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. If you liked the lesson, please click on the like button, and you may share with your friends if you like the lesson, obviously. Until next time, have a great day. Bye bye, everyone.